Greetings. This is Scholar Saunders Singh. What's current? Now, I hope that everybody's enjoying their Sunday and everything's all well, but we got to get to these topics as quickly as possible. Charleston White. I don't know how old this video is, but it's probably over a month or at least a few weeks. But I got it from a friend. She's actually a friend. I actually consider her a friend. She said, "What do you think of this?" She was just giving me an example of what he was. But in essence, it's Charleston White. If you're not familiar with Charleston White, he's a pretty much an artist, influencer. He's a speaker. He is famous for snitching. I think that's why she gave it to me. But he talks on a lot of topics. And that's exactly what he does. He just talks. He runs his mouth. And he's a snitch and he gets riches. That's the main part. But I don't know if I can agree with him so much on the Karmelo Anthony, which is not can be confused with the basketball player again. Not to be confused with the basketball player, but Karmelo Anthony, his case, in my head, I'm thinking it's self-defense. For me, I could be wrong. I tried to look as much data and information as I could and read the stories and listen to other people's opinions of the facts. But I can't agree with Charleston White. I can't agree with him. It looks like he's trying to damn like black people for calling them hypocrites. Like, really? You're going at black people, calling them hypocrites? The whole, diaspora, the whole African, the foundational Black American experience are hypocrites. I can't roll with that. I can't get down with that too hot. So I would say, the Karmelo Anthony case is such a mess. I'm so confused by it. When I tried to listen to it on the Mr. Troy Star Terrain show, I was like, okay, the guy was under a tent and salute Holly. She made it. She wasn't sure if she was gonna make it or not. Salute to you, Holly. But anyway, yeah. So there was like a discussion about being under a tent, being he had the knife on him. He was told that he was like there's somebody was talking rude to him and that it just got blown out of proportion. Like everything in America now, it has to happen some kind of racial issue, and you have to question like, well, I mean, maybe a little bit here, but I think it's more definitive when you say, "Hi, Holly, hi, Holly." It's more definitive when it comes down to this case, I think, because I just think it was self-defense. I could be wrong. You can say, "Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. You're stupid. You're dumb. You don't know what you're talking about." Sky, shut up. I'm not going to shut up, but. What he said? What did Charleston White? Salute to you, son. I got the story from you too, or at least one of them. I think you gave me like a few. I got one story. I think anybody can enjoy. I'm gonna do a little play. That's a little tease. Little play, little tease on plantations. All right, so we're going. That was this little tease. So we have Charleston White. He's essentially said that all black people are hypocrites. They'll give money to a killer. And notice the verbiage. You had to pick on people's words. People are very, very manipulative of language. He knows how to use it. He didn't say a murderer. He didn't say a homicidal maniac. He said a killer. See, anybody can be a killer. I could have been a killer as a Marine. It's okay to kill. You can kill. But murder is a totally different thing. He chose his words specifically to say, like, to protect himself instead of calling this kid a murderer. But Charleston White was saying how there are multiple donations sent to beneficiaries. Try to use my language. That people use that black people will say, they'll give money to a killer, quote unquote. He said a killer, but they want to give $50. They will give like $100,000 to a killer, but they want to give $50 to their uncle. You know, I'm just paraphrasing, but he said, you know, a family member or somebody like that. And they wouldn't even consider it, you know. So he was just saying that was his main contention. And then he said, you know, I ain't mad though, because I'm getting money, and they ain't. Like, he's a real defiant young. Well, he's young comparatively speaking. He's 54 years old. He has an aura about him that, you know, he's only 5'8", but he seems like he's taller. The way he speaks, the way he handles his business. He's like the Converse version of Lil Boosie. He reminds me of Lil Boosie in a lot of ways. He reminds me of Lil Boosie because he has that you know, that just flair, that attention grabbing kind of personality, you know, that very electric, very, you know, particular, very to the point. And he's against gay people. He's against the queers. Let's just say queers. It shouldn't be LGBTQ. It shouldn't be LGBTQ plus AILLBABCDEFG. It should just be Q. That's what they use. I've said this before. They use the word queer because they stole it from the people that harmed them. It's different from the F word, you know, FA, you know where I'm going. They use it, you know, to describe themselves. So all you need is Q. It just be Q. The Q community, right? I mean, save a lot of letters, save a lot of time, save lives, probably. But anyway, he said, you know, he was mouthing off. He said they'll give to anybody. They'll give the homosexuals. They'll give the gays. He was just saying that all in this rant he was doing. It was only about 1 minute and 30 seconds or something like that. I appreciate you. Thank you, Holly. I appreciate that. Definitely like Lil Boosie. Yeah, I like that idea of Q only. Yeah, just queer. They call themselves queers. They repurposed the word. The word was hurled at them as an insult. Oh, you're a queer. You're just a queer. I mean, some people I've seen on the internet use the word queer as a negative still to this day. It's such a weird. It's so weird. They commandeered the word gay. The word just meant happy. It didn't mean homosexual. And anything you say gay, like if you read fiction or you know, stories from the 1930s and 40s, they'll say, you know, the gaiety or the gay, he laughed gaily or something like that. You're like, you do a little snicker, like, because you're like, this is so dated. You know, it's not the author's fault. It's just the fact that times have dated those kind of works because of the difference in orientation. Bumba says LGB should have dropped the T. LGB should stop using the T. Well, I don't know. I just think it should just be Q. It should just be Q. Just all of them together as Q. Their word, you know, their worst word for, you know, straight people like myself and people that I know, their worst word, you know what it is? It's breeders. That's the worst. That's the worst they can come up with. Like, there's got to be a stronger word than that. Nigger is a strong word, but it's been so weakened over time that people don't, you know, take it seriously. Not like it was used back in the day. Not like when it was used when people were getting shot, stabbed, castrated, and strung up in a tree and set on fire. That's when the word nigger meant something. That's when it actually had a meaning. Nigger actually meant a standard, something that was could be not confused or not, you know, taken lightly. Okay, let me see. All the L and G want to drop the T. The T's ruined all of it. Hey, that's what many people were saying. I just say, hey, that's your life. Do your life. I don't even like to say live your truth. Just say do your life. That's you can run with that and say, you know, it was yours if you want. But I'm just gonna say do your life. Do whatever you gotta do with your life. You're not interfering in my life. You're not harming me. Nothing's gonna be harming me because you like to suck a pole or lick a hole or something like that. That's your business. That's all your business. I don't have anything to do with it. The groomers are the problem. Okay. Yeah, definitely Bumble. Yeah, Holly and Bumble are communicating. That's cute. That's cool. But yeah. So, oh my gosh, it's just so messy. But but getting back to Charleston White, he was essentially just saying how it's hypocritical for blacks to support people that have literally killed somebody, not murdered, but the literal word killed. You have to be careful with the wording and what it really means. And people go back to the Ten Commandments. Oh, thou shalt not kill. There's an argument that says that the Hebrew word for kill really meant murder, and that they used the word kill, when it was translated into the New King James version, they just used kill because it was close enough, but it really meant murder. Thou shalt not murder. And that's only for believers. I'm an atheist, so I mean, it doesn't make any dent in my understanding. The transgender is real bad. Bumba says. Karmelo, Carmelo Anthony's family is quite tacky with their public statements. Yeah, it seems like self-defense. I'm just gonna hold on to self-defense. The family may be sloppy. They may not have the best representation. The father is kind of wacky. I don't know, but I say, self-defense. That's what it pretty much boils down to, I think. I could be wrong. I'm stupid. I could be wrong. But I think the Carmelo Anthony situation was about self-defense. He was trying to defend himself from a would-be attacker, and he just got caught into the moment. He had a knife on him, and he used what he had to use to protect himself. That's it. That's all I know. That's all I can understand from that situation. Because it's been, like I said, it's been over a month since it actually happened. And I've been watching Mr. Troystar Terrain show, and he's a smarter man than I. So I'm just trying to understand it. And the preacher, no, that wasn't self-defense. Okay, I'm tired of hearing about that case. I just started talking. This is my first night talking about it. I wasn't going to talk about it, but I get a video from a nice young lady. She's like, let me see your thoughts about this. But it was really about Charleston White's, estimation. But I appreciate her for doing it. Salute to Holly. I looked over, I went over people's streams. I read some articles. I'm still baffled by it. It's still so weird. And then like the information. Oh, he was a 4.0 student. He was the captain of not only the track team but also the football team or something like that. Wherever the teams were, like, it doesn't matter. All that I don't care about. I don't care about any of it. I care about the truth. I care about the justice. I care about the person, whoever initiated force, and the return of force in this relationship, in relation to the situation. I'm not trying to rhyme. I sound like Jesse Jackson. In relation to the situation. 6 more people when we got a party. So Holly says, are they talking about it nonstop in Texas? I bet they are. I think Texas, if I see somebody in the chat that says, go back to Jesus, then we can start talking, we can have a discussion, I think. But until then, I'm going to just wait, to really dive in. I'm just going to, primarily focus on Charleston White and his position on the matter. Holly says they totally stopped talking about this story up here in the New England. Oh, or either New England or Northeast. I think she's saying the Northeast. Yeah, I mean, I haven't heard any more news reports. I haven't heard any more stories coming out of it. It's probably waiting until his I think when he gets his when the what is it called? Selection of the jury. The trial begins. When the trial begins, I think the more of the story will come out. Oh, here he is. There he is. He heard me. He heard I put the bat signal up in the air. Salute to you, Texas. Salute to you, sir. I'm never going back to Jesus, but thank you anyway. I salute to you for believing in Jesus. That's your right. Son of the Sun, F you. Okay, we got that out of the way. Okay, okay. Now they got issues. They got issues together. I'm cool with both of them. It was a time where Son of the Sun 90 was a little he was trying to test the patience, but he came through. He reversed his position, and now we're all good. Everything's gravy. Everything's high fives and back slaps on the black hand side and all that flying jiggy jive mess. So yeah, so what do you know, Texas? What do you think about the whole what do you think about Charleston White? What do you think about Karmelo Anthony? And I have to reiterate, not the basketball player Karmelo Anthony with a C. This is Karmelo Anthony with a K. I wonder if his name started with a C. Would they have to say Karmelo Anthony the first or something like that? Or how would they differentiate? Do they have to say his middle name or initials? Hey, so oh man, I blocked Son of the Sun 90. You can do what you want, but you don't have to block. You can block him if you want, but I was just about to ask him some questions, and Texas says good. He don't want to fight in real life. Hey, I'm not promoting any violence on my channel. It's all about ideas. It's all about thought. It's all about thinking. Thinking ends with the end of a fist or a pistol or a whip or a chain. Son of the Sun is a coward. y'all can go back and forth, but Texas, listen to me. Texas, what do you think about Charleston White? What do you think about tell Texas stop trucker for Jesus? Oh my God. What do you think about Karmelo Anthony? Texas, listen to me. Don't worry about Son of the Sun. Don't worry about Son of the Sun. He's one of the master trolls of this century. The 21st century. He's one of the master trolls. But he's a troll with a conscience because he knows better. He knows better. He's actually a good guy. In Texas, you're a very well disciplined, very informed, thoughtful person, and I appreciate you on this channel. So the both of you, let's work towards getting this story together. I'm still trying to figure out the Karmelo Anthony case. I still say it's self-defense. That's all I can say. But Charleston White says something different. Oh, here we go. Texas gives his parents. Oh, he's saying something to lap dances because he can't afford to put money in the collection plate. Oh, Texas gives his pastor lap dances because he can't afford to put money in the collection plate. Good troll. You're trolling. You're getting your troll on. I'm not going to stop you from getting your troll on. Get your troll on. You can troll on me. That's what I said. Son of the Sun 90 knows. Before he was like, he was going on me. He was going on, and he was going at me. He put my address on the live chat. You can go to pretty much any site. I just have my name, Skylar Saunders. You just put it where I'm from, Newark, Delaware, and you can find out my phone number, my address, the people I live with. You find anything. Pull up on an op like, oh, that's what I meant to do. Damn, I will do it later on today. Right after this broadcast, I will listen to Dave Blunt. I meant to listen to Dave Blunt. I get busy with other stuff. I got writing I have to do. So I will get used to it. Why would you do that to Skylar? Hey, it's free range, Holly. It's free range. They anybody can get it. I can get it. I understand that. That's the beauty of this internet. Yeah, Dave Blunt. I know Dave Blunt. I'm supposed to go to see Dave Blunt. I'm not to see him in concert, but I'm supposed to go see his page and listen to his music. Dave Blunt, yeah. Texas's bussy bop from church to church. Oh my God. I live rent free in Son of the Sun head. Ooh. Good point. Oh, it's Texas Carnage 2.0 now. Okay. That was fast. He quickly came back into the room with a different moniker. That's all you got to do. And Son of the Sun 90 knows it. All he has to do is switch the name. But we're getting way off course. Charleston White, often confused with being somebody that's against black people, Maybe he is in some form or fashion, but I think he likes, to just stir the pot and just make, kind of a little bit of mischief. He's famous for snitching. His first snitchery, if I can say that, was concerning somebody that was killed, I think, in Chicago in like 1993, and it was like it's in a documentary or a short film or a short, journalistic broadcast. And they show him on the witness stand, and he's pointing out people. I think he's like, so Charleston's from Fort Worth. Okay, I didn't know that. So what do you think, Texas? What do you think about this Karmelo Anthony situation? Charleston is he's very energetic and entertaining. I have to give him that much. No way. What's the no way for, Holly? What's the no way? She's very adamant right now. No way. Very adamant about something. I don't know what. But Texas, I'm waiting for you, sir. Come on, chime in. Texas, chill. Let this man do a show. I appreciate it, but I just want Texas to do it. I didn't know the history of the super snitch. Yeah, that's his history. He goes back. I could be. Don't hold it to me. Let me make sure. I'm gonna make 100% sure while I'm on the air. Charleston White, Chicago. Yeah. He was in Chicago. Yeah, he I'm trying to find it. But there was a video. I don't remember where the video came from, but it was supposed to be about that. How he was in Chicago, but he never got shot. But he would never go back to Chicago. Will Charleston ever be stopped? Charleston can't be stopped. He's from the 817. Texas, I've seen a Cybertruck down in Texas with elbows on it. That's awesome. With the elbows poking out. Oh, snap. That's crazy. But Texas, I have to ask you the question. What do you think about the Karmelo Anthony situation? That happened around your area, right? Somewhere around there. It was in California or Texas, something like that. In that general vicinity. Tell me, Texas. Fill me in. Come on. Pause. That sounded crazy. Son of the sun. We ain't buddies. We ain't cool. And we damn sure ain't friends. Okay. Frisco, Texas. Yes, Frisco. So, Frisco, Texas. It was in Frisco. Thank you, Holly. She's a white woman that corrects my dumb black ass. So, Frisco, Texas. They have, this serious nigger quagmire, this misunderstanding between, Charleston White was sitting on the couch talking about, he comes from a well-to-do family. The black kid, he comes from a well-to-do family. They're very well off. They have wealth. They're like upper middle class, maybe even upper class. He will get life. Oh wow. That was a hard shot. It's a hard shot, Texas. Why will he get what life? Do you have any understanding of the situation? Do you have any background? King, salute to you, sir. Salute to King Hazy. Texas, it puts the lotion on itself. Words from your pastor as you locked in the basement during the weekend. Oh my God! I'm gonna just let them go at each other. That's why it's called the hate room. I have my own hate room. Yes, he killed a child for no reason. Whew. Okay. So Texas. Okay, so Texas, we're in disagreement right now. I believe it was self-defense. I was not there. No cameras were there. No audio picked it up. This is all hearsay and circumstantial evidence. I want DNA and I want hard proof and evidence. Why should he be going to jail because he killed a child for no reason? This child was what, 17? He's 17 years old. He's in fact a child. I understand that. I give you that much. I will grant you that. Texas licks barbecue sauce off his pastor's little rib. Okay. The trolling continues. They both were 17. Yeah. So he may be tried as an adult, depending on. I mean, it's tech. You know more than I. Texas, in your state, you guys will fry somebody in on. They'll have there'll be the jury will hand in the God damn it, I'm missing all my words. What the hell? The jury hand in the verdict. The judge had the sentence, and the executioner will put the person in jail from Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Just like that. Son, you ain't that important. I'm a professional troll. I have over 200 accounts. Yes, Texas made a new account. I said it was one of the fastest I've seen. Holly says, "See, I think he's getting off." You think he's getting off? What do you mean, Holly? I'm slow. I'm stupid. You remember me? I'm stupid. You probably like, yeah, there's some stupid kid named Skylarized, Saunderized. I remember. Do you remember that, Holly? Every time it would be like we about to wrap up for the day. She'd be like, "Goodbye, good night, Skylarized, Saunderized." I think Karmelo will beat the case. I think so too. I think it was self-defense. And everything I've read and the stories I've heard, it seems like self-defense to me. To me, it just seems like he was trying to defend himself. See, Holly, she remember? Yes, I do. She's laughing at my dumb ass, of course. If you can try to find on certain websites, I still have Skylarized, but I've been going by either Sky Saunders or Skylar Saunders. But I don't think it's. Oh, Holly, you don't think it's self-defense? Why not? If everything I've seen, everything I've read and heard, I can only think it's self-defense. Texas, you win. I gotta activate my new credit card. Meanwhile, you just lost your EBT card. We not the same. I think he had a chip on his shoulder and was out for BS. Nope. Okay. I have to respect you. I disagree, Holly. We disagree on something. But I think he had in his right to neutralize the situation before it got any worse. That's what I think happened. Like he didn't, slash him. He didn't, stab him. He stabbed him in his chest. He took the knife and buried it in his chest. Why bring a knife to attract me? This is what I understood. The reason why he had the knife was because he had to defend himself on previous occasions. Allegedly, he had to do that. Okay, what is this? Those kids went to 2 different schools and had a history. Ever in the history of ever? He didn't bring a knife. He stabbed him in the heart for F's sake. Oh my God. If they try to jump him, it's self-defense, but it's going to be hard to prove with no surveillance. That's my. We were just. I don't want to bring up the story from Friday, but we were talking about the inmates, and they had the cameras all on the inmates getting out of jail, busting out of jail, literally getting out of jail. Like we have to live in a police state. We have to live in a police state, I guess. We have to have Big Brother. Every corner of the world has to have, if it's not private, of course, not. And some private organizations have to have like banks and stores and things and car lots and whatever the case may be. They have to have camera systems. And I hate the fake cameras. Those are the worst. Because it's like, it's a deterrent, but in case they figure out, oh, that's not a real camera, what do you have then? You have nothing. You have a fake camera and you have missing merchandise. And that's why he won't get off. No cameras. OMG, the inmates I saw in that video, that is ridiculous. Yeah, we're not going to go. That was Friday. That was Friday's show. We're not going to go back to Friday. But, But I just wanted to give you an example. Like there were no cameras present. There's no audio. no, credible eyewitness. No, no. I'm serious. Like no hearsay. Oh, I thought I saw him, coming across the street with, I don't want to hear that. I want to know what DNA can be found, what hard evidence, what proof can be discovered. He wasn't in the wrong tent, and Anthony had no defensive wounds. Okay. Oh, I was confused. I was like, he wasn't in the wrong. He was in the wrong tent. I'll reiterate. He was in the wrong tent, and Anthony had no defensive wounds. Free Anthony. Free Karmelo Anthony. They posted 500,000. Wasn't it $500,000? $500,000 for bail? At least, or was it $1 million? They reduced it. See, that's another indication. They reduced it from $1 million to $500,000. And he raised that in a few days, I think. Son of the Sun 90 says Texas brought holy water to a Diddy party because he ran out of baby oil at his pastor house. Oh my God. The trolling continues. The trial was about white and black, and that's it. Well, there's no trial yet. They don't have a trial yet. 200,000, I thought. Maybe it was 200,000. But I think it started off with $1 million, and they lowered it. Free Diddy so Texas can leave me alone. Will be about. The trial, will be about. Okay, the trial will be about white and black, and that's it. Okay. Salute to you, Texas. If that's your statement, if that's your final say on the matter, I can respect you. We're about to get Son of the Sun 90. We're about to get to that. This is a great time. This is a great point. We can close. Texas gave me his point. He said that's what it'll be about, and that's all it's going to be about. That we're done with that. Now we get to the interesting part. Hold on.
Good evening. I'm John Snell.
And I'm Lauren McCoy. One of Louisiana's most historic plantations erupts into flames.
Nottoway caught fire about 2 this afternoon. Its roof collapsed a little over an hour ago. Andres Fuentes is live there where firefighters have been struggling as they battle the flames.
Lauren, John, we've been out here for maybe 15 minutes or so thus far, and the fire presence, the sheriff's office presence, still very high here as they're trying to monitor some of the hot spots and even put out some significant flames in the front portion of this plantation. I'm going to step out of the way, give you guys a live look right now. Now, this is smoke that you could see from across the river. That's how significant this fire has been. And like we said, they have been fighting this fire for quite some time. It's creeping up to the 7th hour here. Crews have been working, trying their best to navigate parts of the roof that did collapse and navigate sort of the historical structures and columns here in the front, as you can see. But again, very significant police and fire presence out here as they're monitoring the situation. We did see a number of different fire crews switch on out, be replaced with fresh fire crews just to monitor the situation. But again, they have been battling this for almost half a day, or I should say almost half a work day, right? 7 hours now going through. And Dylan, if we can kind of point again toward this plantation, because every time we look away and we look back, we start to see some of those flames flare up yet again, as you can see here at the front portion of the plantation. But we know thus far from officials is that they believe that this fire started in the south portion of this property. That's where there is a museum. They said that around 2 o'clock this afternoon, some workers were going through the facility and they noticed smoke there in the area. They left the area to go alert some of the other staffers. When they came back, that's when they saw the flames really spark about. As of right now, officials don't know how this fire started, but as soon as it started, it seems to just erupt here at this old plantation, one that is one of the largest antebellum plantation in the South, with roots that date back from the 1850s. Now, we do know from officials is that the owner of this property was in the midst of trying to renovate the property, bringing back to a more historical code. We don't know, again, if those renovations caused this fire, but again, just recapping, we do have a fire here at this plantation going on in its 7th hour here in White Castle, Louisiana. But for now, putting live on the That's Fuentes Fox 8 Local First.
Okay. Now, everybody in here is a believer, right? Besides me, I'm an atheist. That mansion was built by slaves during the 19th century. It's the 21st century. That building has stood for all these years, close to 120, 130 years, something like that. Could it be the black slaves, the old slaves, the ghosts, their spirits? They took a can of gasoline and a match and threw it up to the house, and it just went up. Is this possible? I don't believe in ghosts and goblins and ghouls and spirits, but I'm sure everybody else in this room, in this live chat, you do. So I'm asking the question, is it the old slaves coming back? They had to put the brick and mortar down, had to put up the flying buttresses and the colonnades and the the pillars. They had to do all of that for no pay, probably, brutalized, whipped. Let me see. I care about all of it. Okay. Oh, I didn't know you were. Wait. Were you an atheist when I saw you in person? When we were face to face, were you an atheist, Holly? Let me know. Okay. Texas is saying it was another piece of S-hole in Louisiana. Another story. Holly hadn't seen this story. Nobody cares about this BS, but myself, Sky. Holly says I care about it a lot, all of it. She's an atheist. Holly would care about a slave plantation. Keep in mind they was having weddings at the place. Yeah, that's how long it was standing all the way up till now. It was beautiful, it was wonderful. And if you go onto the website, has nothing to do with slavery, has nothing to do with its past. They whitewashed that all the way out. I care about being knowledgeable about ish going on in the USA. Texas, Wizard, salute to Wizard. One more person and we got a party, folks. What? Why would they make any sense? Since I was 18, really? Okay, so okay, we knew each other and you're an atheist too. Okay, cool. Here's Son of the Sun and his alternate account. Texas, our history as African Americans didn't start with slavery. Just got back from lobotomy therapy session. What's good, gang? Salute, Top Focus. Everybody needs to bring in at least one other person, and we'll have a party. Shh, crazy, yeah. It probably was Airbnb. Yeah, thinking about it. Yeah, it probably was. Lobotomy therapy. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so that was the rundown for the live chat. So was it the ghost? Okay, so not everybody in here is an atheist. Holly and myself, we're the atheists. Everybody else believes in something, a higher power. We know that the higher power is the United States government. That's a higher power. That's the highest power in the world. Wizard said Texas is a troll thought. Okay, y'all can team up on Texas. I think he can handle his own. He's a big boy. There's probably crackhead. Yeah, they're like chasing after. Got the stem. They're trying to light it. A spark went over on top of the bed sheet. Something. They're like, oh no, I gotta get out of here. Shoot. I mean that for white, black, brown, red, yellow, white crackheads too, because they're crackheads coming in all different colors. So I don't know if Texas was saying a crackhead was a specific color, but it could have been anybody. But yeah, if you check out, go to it right now. I mean, or after the show. After the show, I need my views. But during your spare time, just look at this. Just peruse the website. Just look over, their history and their fine tradition and heritage and the wonderful amenities that the Nottoway plantation, and they set themselves up, did they not? That's a lot of jokes. That's not a way for a plantation to be, like you say a lot of corny jokes. Like that's not a way to burn, down the plantation. Like not a way. Why did if anybody cares, it started off with a sugarcane prospector, and he brought in slaves, of course, to get his sugarcane and increase his profits. But I want to know if those same slaves came back from the dead and burned down that plantation. It was one of the only large plantations from the post antebellum times, the pre-slavery time, pre-Civil War times. It was one of the only large ones standing anywhere in the Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, anywhere, Florida, only one. Texas, I'm saluting you, Texas. Okay, let me see. Whoa, y'all are saying a lot. It was probably okay. Wizard and Son of the Sun were the crackheads. Okay. Texas mother drops her stem at the plantation. Watch, I can make Son of the Sun disappear. If Negroes were still on the plantation, there should be less overweight mammies. Facts on that. Damn, Dot, it's the facts though. Hey, didn't say they couldn't get paid. Exactly. That's a good point. And I'm still waiting on that next person. I got 9 people in here. All we need is one more person. Texas smoke polls. All right, he's going hard on Texas Wizard. Everybody's teaming up on Texas. I'm not gonna say let him be. Nah, he's a big boy. He can take it. All you gotta do is take trolling. Trolling lessons. They don't teach that in school, but it's implied. It's all implied. Everything is implied in school. Getting friends is implied. Having a girlfriend or a boyfriend or a asexual or what they call non-binary, all that is implied. Everything is implied. Hit the effing like button. I understand what you're saying, Dot Focus. Appreciate that. As a matter of fact, let me do my commercials, my advertisers, my sponsors. LifeStrongApparel.com. He's got snapbacks. He's got dog sitting. He's got raw sea moss, purple sea moss. He's got sea moss gel. If you put in SKYLER20 at the point of purchase, Skylar20, you can get 20% off all your goods. Ask Holly. She knows. She has done it, and I've gotten money from that sale. So I was very appreciative of that. So you can join her in that same fashion. Just go to lifestrongapparel.com, make those purchases, go to the checkout, put in SKYLER20. Excuse me. We're going to edit that out. Oh, Holly said his product lasts a long time. See? They extend. So, that just shows the quality of his brand. So definitely check him out. Also, Bayha Jackson. He's one of the childhood actors. He was in the monumental film Boys in the Hood. He has his own YouTube channel. He talks about near beer, fried chicken, sardines on the grill, and female strippers. So if you like any and all of those things, make sure you check out his YouTube page and tell him that the silly guy Sky Saunders sent you. Also, he's in there in the live chat right now. .focus, DOTFOCUS_. He's on Twitch. He's also on YouTube. Make sure you get his subscriptions up. Make sure you subscribe. He's a first-person shooter. If you enjoy seeing the pink mist on first-person shooters, and maybe even in real life, if you're skilled enough and you know what you're doing, and you're in the military or police, in certain circumstances, of course. Make sure that you check out his pages, and definitely tell him that the silly guy Sky Saunders sent you, and he's in the chat right now. So tell him that I'm going to check out your site. I'm going to check out your YouTube and give you a subscription. All right, so those are my sponsors. Hermaphrodite. Haven't heard that word in a long. Let's see, who said hermaphrodite? Whoa. Well, we are saying a lot. Why he want to make me disappear? Because I had the power. Taxes is certified hermaphrodite. There it is. Wizard favorite seat is sun on the sun face. Wow. Okay. Texas trying to erase me. Down focus. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. He said no. Excuse me. Over and over. Holly says I still have 2 jars of sea moss left. That's great. That's an excellent endorsement for his brand. That's great. Thank you, Holly. Appreciate it. Yeah, he has the best sea moss. Yep. Sardines on the I said the same thing. I was like, sardines on the grill, really? But he's got them. You can see it. If you go, all you gotta do is go to his page. Go to his page and you just put in, put in Baja, Baja Jackson, Jackson, CMOS, SEA. I'm looking at CMOS. Sardines on the grill, and you can find them. Texas TD Jake's bottom B. Texas father never came back with that milk. Wizard and Son of the Sun haven't heard their dad in a long time either. Wow. Damn. Are they good? I don't know. I haven't tried them yet. I'll try anything once. Okay, Holly. Okay. I see you. Texas like glizzies on his grill. Oh my God. All right, so we're talking about ghosts. The super blockbuster hit Sinners is about vampires. What if there were ghosts? What if there were ghosts? They have all those shows. I just saw a billboard for God damn it, I forgot his name. Hold on, I'm gonna look it up. He's a psychic medium. Psychic medium. Oh, now they're messing with me. I can't find him. What's his name? Oh, what's his name? I can and just look at it. Look at how many. I'm just looking at all the psychic. They have psychic readings by Nina Johnson, psychic mediums in Wilmington, North Carolina. This is crazy. I can't find him. Damn it. But anyway, it doesn't matter. But he's a psychic to the stars. Like, that's what I probably have to put in. Let me see if I can put in psychic to the stars. Psychic to the stars. Tyler Henry. This nigga here. He's not even a nigga, but he's a nigga to me. He got people thinking that he can read their minds and understand what they're lost, the people they lost in their lives. I mean, it's sick. They got them in tears. They're in tears because of this nigga saying he's a psychic medium. So I'm saying there's got to be ghosts, right? There's got psychics, people that can read minds. They're oh my God. Oh, so yeah. There's a blue ball that you like to play with. They're like, oh, how did you know about the blue ball? And yeah, and it rolled under the car, and he started the car and was about to back up, and you were like, no. And they're just fascinated. Like this, I just can't believe it. I can't even. You guys stay in the chat. You can't. You can talk to me. If you talk to me, put an asterisk or a money sign. Put a money sign up. Put a money sign up if you're gonna be talking to me. Put a few money signs. I know you're talking to me because I'm gonna let y'all go with your trolling. I'm gonna let y'all do your trolling. But I appreciate everybody that's in the chat room. I'm just saying. I have to cook. I can't sit and eat and cook at the same time. you gotta put that question. You gotta put the or question mark, either dollar signs or question marks before your words. Before your words, if you want to address me. But all I'm saying is we live in a culture of people that will believe anything because that's what they were brought to believe. I'm not even knocking it. I'm just saying that's the reality. I was a Christian for 16 years. From the time I was 3, that was the first time I opened my eyes and looked at the world and said, I'm here. I'm alive. I'm a person. I'm a boy. I'm a real. What? I like little girls. When I was 3. Don't I know this could get chopped up. But you know, I'm glancing at the live chat. Y'all are going, we got a party now. We got a party. 10 people are here. We got a party. I appreciate you. Thank you very much for making it a party. Let's keep going. Let's get to 20 people, 30,000, 300,000, 3 million people watching at the same time. I appreciate y'all. Y'all got me, y'all got me going. I'm feeling myself right now. Pause. But yeah, so we're conditioned to believe in things that aren't real, things that aren't true, like Bible stories, a talking axe, a talking ass, a talking sky daddy. I should that's my DJ name, by the way. But anyway, so what I think is that, of course, you have to say that this culture that we live in, they believe, virtually anything. And it's like, it's everything all wrapped up. Everything is all tied up. So you get the final thing saying, okay, I don't want to go to hell because that's going to suck a lot. But if I go to heaven, it's going to be awesome. So why would I? And the only way I can get to heaven is through this guy named Jesus. And you're like, whatever I got to do to be with this guy named Jesus so I can go to heaven and have it not suck a lot, I'm going to do. And I have to take on everything that was said. I have to take on the idea that a man turned around and his wife turned to a pillar of salt. I have to understand that. And that's what it's interesting about most Christians, especially. I'm talking about from the Christian world. They'll say, oh, that's Greek mythology. That's Roman mythology. That's Indian mythology. That's Buddhist mythology. But no Christian mythology. Notice that. Notice that they don't like the word Christian mythology. That's real. Jesus is real. See, this is a question I always want to know. Salute to Bayha Jackson. Thank you very much for the Cash App. I appreciate it, sir. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Okay, here's Dot Focus. Scott, the current culture gets their mindset from their social media timeline. Literal human program bots. Facts. That's all you got to do. You hit me with the @Sky. Hit me with the Dot Focus. Hit me with the @Sky if you want to talk to me. If you want to talk to me, hit me with the @Sky. Eric, Andre, or Lang. See, you got to hit me with the @Sky. Hit me with the @Sky. Yes, Cash App King. Yes, Bayha Jackson. Salute to you, sir. Appreciate that. You've been supporting me for a long time, and I appreciate it. But like I was saying, they say in songs, Jesus is real. Now look at the definition of Jesus is real. I'm just going to say it connotatively, not the denotative version of real, but something that has substance, something that is actual, something that has facts. Okay, Jesus is real. Okay, but I believe in Jesus. If you believe in something, you don't have to believe in it to have facts. It doesn't have to have facts to believe. It doesn't have to be true necessarily to be believed. You just have to have a faith in it. But you hear songs, Jesus is real. I know. I can't sing, but they say that. And I believe in Jesus Christ. He's the giver of all life. Like, something missing here. So I still question about this Louisiana plantation pardon me, I had to get something. You're using voice chat with okay. Terrence Trent Darby Crash. You got it. Thanks for the hate though. You weren't addressing me, but I just happened to look over there. That was funny. Terrence Trent Darby Crash. Thank you for the hatred. Thank you for the hatred. I appreciate your trolling. Thank you for trolling. That keeps me on my game. That literally gives me a spark to say, hey, you got to be on your point. You on point. You got to be on your game. So what I'm saying is, if there are so many psychics and mediums, why do you need a psychic or a medium? But these are people that are Christians mostly that are going to these psychics and mediums, whether out of a joke or, haha, yeah, I sent my girl a gift card for a psychic. Like what? Yeah, I said, my man, I said, look, you need to go to the psychic. She'll really help you out. What is this, ghost? What? Like, and speaking of ghosts, was it slaves? Was it slave ghosts? Was it ghost slaves coming back after all these years saying, we built this and we're going to burn this mother down to the ground. We're not playing around. Sorry for the rhyming, but that's exactly what they said. Allegedly. I mean, of course not. There are no ghost slaves, but what most people would have to understand, they're like, okay, this is enough. There's going to be no more proms. There's going to be no more weddings. There's going to be no more staying at the hotel, because not all the property was damaged or destroyed. Just the main part of the house, which may be rebuilt. And maybe, now this could be factual. I was just, teasing with the ghost situation, but maybe it was not even, somebody that was reckless, or they may have intentionally did it. Maybe not just for the insurance, but for the history. They want to say, this is the Nottoway Plantation was burned down in 2025, and it was restored to its beautiful luster once again. Like they're not even gonna, talk about pre-fire. They're just gonna talk about the fire and the fact that they're gonna go into they're gonna go into a level of I'm looking at the live chat. Y'all are wild. But they're going to be in a position of saying, well, we have to talk about the here and now. We can't talk about before. Let's not talk about the past. No, let's talk about the past. Let's talk about the dozens of slaves, maybe even scores of slaves over the years that had to do backbreaking, soul-crushing, mind-numbing work for no pay or little pay, because we have to acknowledge that too. Slaves did get paid, but it was like less than a penny every year, until they came up to about $5 to $10 or something like that when they're in their 80s. I probably didn't do the math on that probably that well, but you understand where I'm coming from. Maybe $50 or whatever the case may have been. How much that would have added up to, and they're in their 80s and 90s, and they got remuneration from that specific time. I like that, Dot Focus. I appreciate you. That might be my next short story. The Ghosts of Slaves by Sky Saunders. I have a Zumba routine to a Terrence Trent D'Arby song. Oh, is it Wishing Well? Or Sign My Name Across My Heart? What is it, Holly? Make sure you put it in the @ You put it in the @ and I know you're talking to me. If you respond, anybody in the live chat that's responding, make sure you put an @ next to it, so I know you're talking to me. Sign my name across my heart. Want you to be my baby. Yeah, that's a cut. That's a cut. All right, so I think I've exhausted this situation to the point of no return. So I will hang this up. I appreciate it. We got in 10 people at one time. We're going to get 10,000 people in at one time. We're going to get 10 million people in one time. But it's going to take time to build. And I need you to do that. Whoever, if you have your worst enemy, if you have a Texas and a Wizard or a Son of the Sun 90, bring your worst enemies on here and troll each other while I'm talking. So I appreciate that, Holly. I see you. I see you with the at. I see you, Holly. Salute to you very much, young lady. I appreciate you. So I appreciate Son of the Sun 90 for the stories. I wouldn't even have known about the Nottoway plantation fire. I don't even know how you found out about it, but I'm glad you did. And I hope we join up and have a story and some serious discussion and maybe a laugh or two here and there. But I appreciate it. So thank you all and take care.